I can't really remember why, but not so long ago I was in a school hall just before the start of the school day with a member of staff who was opening up for breakfast club. She flicked on the lights and she reaches up to pull the top bolt of the door down, and as she does so she turned to me and she said, "Paul, watch how they're going to run in." And she was right. As soon as she opened the door, they flew past her to get breakfast as quick as they possibly could. "How did you know they'd run?" I asked her a little while later. "Easy," she says. "They run every day because they haven't had anything to eat since I gave them lunch yesterday." She went on to tell me that they get breakfast at breakfast club, they're given their school lunches, and then there's nothing in their cupboards when they get home, so their tummies are aching by the time the next morning rolls around. That moment really shocked me, and it was backed up a couple of weeks later by this local study that was done, and the survey found out that 1 in 4 children in our neighbourhood across our city are trapped in poverty, and for many of them that means the reality is there isn't food in their cupboards. And for us, that shocked us into creating something which has grown into St. Mark's Meals. We've got boxes like the ones behind me that are stored in schools all across our neighbourhood and community centres and children's centres. And it means that any member of staff, any professional who's working with a child, working with a pupil, working with a family, who discovers that that child is hungry, for whom food is difficult at home, well, they can just walk them down to the store cupboard and they can ask them, "What do you want to eat tonight?" You take home the box, and inside the box are tins and packets that have got all the food that you need to cook. It's got the recipe and it's got the instructions for how to cook a great family meal that evening, so that you don't have to go to bed hungry. Because you can imagine what it's like, right? Remember when you were 6, remember how straight away after lunch what you wanted to know was, what's for dinner? Remember how important a snack was to you? Remember how difficult it was to focus at school on how to do long division or spelling tests because, well, your tummy's grumbling and rumbling. Imagine how difficult it is for your body when it's not getting all the nutrients that it needs to be able to fight off illnesses. And even if all of that wasn't true, well, it just hurts. And so we want to be able to feed as many hungry children as possible so that they don't need to go to bed hungry, that they're able to have a great chance in life of fulfilling and reaching their potential. So why am I sitting down and telling all this to a camera? Well, I know you, and I know that you also ache to be able to show compassion, mercy, grace, goodness around your neighbourhood to the people around you as you minister to them. I also know, though, that church life is difficult and there's all these constraints of volunteer time and energy and finances. For us, it's called St. Mark's Meals because our church is called St. Mark's, and inside the box is meals, and we want to give them away to some of the 1 in 4 children in our area that are struggling with poverty. The truth is that statistic is probably exactly the same where you are, and so this very simple and effective idea we've been thinking for a while, and what we thought is we'd like to share it with you. We'd like to give it away. We'd like to give you everything you need to be able to get going as fast as possible so that children in your neighbourhood also wouldn't need to go to bed hungry. My mate Steve, he runs a church called St. Andrew's, and so we changed our logo. We scrubbed out the St. Mark's, we wrote St. Andrew's on it, and he's running, you guessed it, St. Andrew's Meals. It's the same boxes with the same artwork, with the same recipes. We gave them all that. We gave them everything we need to know about how to work with schools, how to tell schools what we're doing and what we're not doing, what we've learned about environmental health, how to make sure that everything's safe and good for people, how to make sure that we've constructed recipes that are gluten-free and still tasty. That's not easy. We've given them access to a great online ordering system so schools can just click on and really easily order more boxes when they're running low, and that the church can then deliver them. And we'd love to be able to give exactly the same to you. We'd love to scrub out our name from our logo and put your name right in that space so you experience the missional win and are able to get up and running super fast so that you can feed children in your area really soon. We don't want them to go to bed hungry either. Honestly, there's no catch. We don't want to franchise this, we want to gift it because that feels like kingdom stuff. Have a surf around the website. Find out some more things about it. Click the contact button to discover more and to begin a conversation. And maybe if a whole bunch of us are able to do this, then we could join together and we could make sure that no child in our neighbourhoods ever needs to go to bed hungry.